Hey guys, True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws and Bluesaws.com. I put a sign up so I don't forget. Anyhow, I'm just kidding you. I got people who watch the videos and they don't remember whose video they watched, so I figure I'll put a Bluesaws sign in it and then it'll trigger their memory because I get guys calling me for saws. They're like, yeah, I was watching this video. The guy showed how to use the drill press to do the cranks. And I'm like, that was my video. Oh, I didn't realize you were a Bluesaws guy. Anyhow, we're not great with this self-promotion thing, so I'm trying to do better, and I'm not great at it, and I don't know that that's the way to do it, but that's what we got today, because it took 2 seconds to take a saw and cut a groove in a piece of wood and throw the little sign there, so it was real easy for me to do. Anyhow, is my microphone actually working, so that's good. I got a couple of the Farmer Tech G366s. This is the one I've been doing firewood this season. It's got 8 cords of wood on it. Only thing done to that was an exhaust mod, a muff mod, and a base gasket delete on that one. What I really wanted to do on that one, and I probably will, is probably do some cylinder machining work on it. I just haven't got to it yet. And one of my things is get these saws in stock form how other people could get them, because you guys can do a muff mod, you guys could do a base gasket delete, even if you're not going to take a tool and do a port job or do some machine work on the cylinder. These are easy things for you to do, and there's a lot of bang for the buck there in performance. So that saw's been fantastic. I probably have some videos of it somewhere, but the real reason I want to talk to you guys today was about the mufflers, the muff mod. These the 361s come with a one-piece muffler, and they're a pain in the ass, and they're more horrible than you know. The reason I say that is because you think, oh, well, when I look at it, it's got the hole in the back for everything to come out, and that's kind of not bad. It's, got to be 3/8 of an inch hole and whatever, and maybe I'll just drill some holes in it somewhere else. The problem with these, and I'll probably have to zoom you up, is this guy here, this screen, because all of your exhaust is coming out into there, and it then goes through that screen back into here, and you have this little tiny hole, but that's not the worst of it. It gets pinched off. I'll bring the camera in closer and show you guys some of this stuff. So I was going to go through that. You take the mufflers, split them in half, but that's one that we actually remove these from. Here's your piece right in there, and I'll zoom you guys in. That's probably a better way to do this video so you can see what I'm talking about. Give me a second, I'll pause this. Okay guys, maybe this isn't the best setup. I'm never great with doing this part of the video where I got to zoom in because I got to get the camera out of my way, lean over it. I'm sure there's a boom thing or something great I could do with this. Plus, I want to be outside every day I can from here on out because our autumn days are running short and winter will be here, and it's not going to be so nice to be outside, so I'm taking the chance while I can. So here's the two-piece muffler I was talking about. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty good. And what we do is we cut along the seam, open it up. You open it up and this is what you get. And this is the part that really causes issues. I'm not as worried about these holes here with the exhaust going into it, although I'm sure that's restricting quite a bit of flow. The problem comes with this piece here, and you can see how it's got the tube here, but it's so necked down, you have, I'm going to say, a 1/4 of an inch hole for all of your exhaust gases to come out of the muffler. So after we cut them apart, we drill the spot welds out. Take care of its 1, 2, 3, 4 spot welds on this one. Take this whole thing out, rip it out, throw it in the garbage. And then we go over to Joe Harkness over at, what was it, Harkness Work Saws, Gino Joe. And we grab these guys because he does a heck of a nice job on them, and they have to be trimmed to fit. And what you're going to wind up doing is on the front of that muffler, you're going to fit it. And this one is one that I just cut real quick. I didn't get a chance to really fit it because you have to flatten this out a little bit more, this a little bit more, maybe trim it some more. You're going to wind up opening another hole here and popping on a little side bonnet. And it's an elegant It's a pain in the ass to do, guys. There's no doubt about it, because you got to open up the muffler, then braze it back together. Hole's easy enough, and then braze this guy on there. And I'll tell you what, that does a heck of a lot for these saws. It gives them a lot more zip. I'm super happy with the muff mods. I'll pause you guys just so I can talk to you, because I guess that's all you really needed to see on that. These guys here, I'll give you a better view of that. You can see inside of there even. But this is the tube that goes to your exit hole on your muffler, and I'm telling you, that's cut down quite a bit there, and that's the only way fumes are getting, or exhaust gas is getting out. I'm gonna pause this. Now, well, before I put you back on the tripod, I'll show you one on a saw. Like I said, this saw, well, it sat outside for the last 2 weeks in the rain and everything else, and it shouldn't have, but it wound up getting left outside by the wood pile. But there's one of the first bonnets that I did on the side, and it's brazed on there. It's not the most elegant, beautiful job in the world, but it's pretty effective. And like I said, that saw's been great. And this is a stock saw. I didn't even go through and really check everything. All I did was rip the top end off of it, rip the muffler off, put the new muffler on, remove the base gasket, put it back together. Didn't check another thing on it. Didn't grease the clutch bearing, didn't check a screw other than the ones for the cylinder head and the muffler. I didn't touch anything on the saw, and that's the way it came, and I've been running it since then. Did have a problem the other day with the fuel cap. It was going goofy on me. I have it. I don't think it's broken. I just couldn't get it. Anyhow, I'll pause you guys so I can talk to you. Anyhow, guys, hopefully that's going. Maybe it was going the whole time. Anyhow, this is my setup when I'm outside sharpening. I just use the vise to hold the saw and do my filing, and I might have a video on it. I might not. Just filing chain. There's 100 videos on that. This is a little flimsy piece of white pine there, so if you see me lean on it, I might wind up going straight to the ground. But that's pretty much it. These mufflers are super restrictive on the 361s. Everybody's known that since Steel came out with the MS361. Farmer Tech did too good of a job of copying. They could have left this out. We'd have been a lot better off. But that's about it. I like these saws a lot. We're doing I'm happy to see the Sawfest guys doing a big thing on these saws for next year's Sawfest. That's going to be cool, because those guys are going to come up with ideas and things to do and mods to do to push these even further. They're a great little saw they're a great little saw stock. They're even better with those bench mods, just minor bench mods. But then if those guys push them to the next level, I think a lot of people are going to like them. A couple pounds, I'm going to say it's 1.5 pounds lighter than a 440. Maybe it's 2 pounds. I can't remember the weights offhand, but I prefer using that for firewood with a 20-inch bar to anything. And to be honest with you, I could save a little more weight and run an 18-inch bar. Because granted, I do get some bigger firewood logs, but a lot of them are smaller logs, so it's not a problem to use the 18-inch bar. And even if I have to cut them from both sides, the saw is such a joy to run. Another thing I will tell you is the anti-vibe on these is, when these saws came out from Steel, I thought that they had significantly better anti-vibe than a lot of the other Steel saws, better than the 44 or the 46. I still think this has better anti-vibe, and even in the clone version, it's noticeable that the anti-vibe with the spring is better than the anti-vibe with just the rubber anti-vibes, the bushings, whatever you want to call them. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. This was going to be a quick video. I was out here doing this anyway, so that's it. True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws, and Bluesaws.com. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.